Then we're gonna go. Go live. Boom. Okay, so here we are, everybody. It's really beautiful to see you today. We are going to be populating our broadcasting and getting us going here. People are coming in and getting us prepared for a wonderful welcome home again kind of day. It's pretty cool what we got in our world of make believe. Today we want to honor the beautiful rhinestone drinking bongs here, and I know a lady that makes bongs out of flower vases. Are you cracking up? Are you in the office or are you at home?
I'm cracking up because you said drinking bongs, and I'm sorry, I don't drink out of.
No. Don't drink bong water. Don't drink bong water. I thought that was one of your drinking jars. You know.
Okay, that makes a whole lot more sense.
I can tell this is going to be a great Women in Weeds Day. So.
It will be because my daughter's here and we're freaking nuts together.
Oh, nutso Women in Weeds Day. Well, that's really good. I'm going to record us here so we can have a nutso day here. And what's your daughter's
Recording in
name?
progress.
Is that Crazy Pop Mom's daughter? I mean, what?
Hi, hello. Yeah, that's what we'll go with.
CPMD.
There you go. We've got a name for you already.
The crazy clown posse, whatever that thing is called.
Well, you got to bring your face to the universe here. It's Women in Weeds Day, and show us your ink. Wait, show us your ink. What's your favorite part of your ink?
I have 12 Lion King tattoos.
I know, but which is your favorite one? Which is your favorite one?
Probably one she can't show you.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
I don't know. I got to make shirts on. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, give
All
her
right.
a minute.
All right. Yeah. She'll get all prepped up. So everybody, today we have Women in Weeds Day, and there's not a lot of prep going on today, except for we do. Let me see if I can get Jean Roach on. We've got Jean. Okay. Zoom free. Okay, we're going to try to bring Jean Roach on. Everybody left this morning to go to the Lakota hemp party that they're having in South Dakota. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, hang on just a minute. We'll have a tattoo party in a second here. CAN. Okay. So here we go. Yeah, show us your favorite tattoo.
Okay, so I'm probably going to go with this one because it has really good meaning behind it. But it's Rafiki and Simba, and it's the
Okay,
quote.
we got to get better lighting.
Oh.
Jeez.
You mean Akuna Matata?
No, but I got that one right here.
Oh, nice. Okay. Hey.
We got the past can hurt, but if the past can hurt, I don't know what it says anymore. What is
Oh, the past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it.
Oh, nice.
that one with them? I have Zazu over here. I have the hyenas right here. I have Scar right here.
Wow.
Right here.
What the heck? Did you ever see the Broadway play of the whole dance?
I didn't get to see it for the Broadway one, but I did really enjoy the realistic 3D version, and I am definitely on a mission to see the Broadway one.
The Broadway one, I saw it once. My sister took me. Was in California, and the puppetry, the way that the lady did it was so amazing. You can't believe it, and that was really cool. That was really cool. Well, everybody, I'm going to release the beast here and show you my face, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen with Weedsday, and I'm gonna let my guest in. We have a live guest today. Are you in, Lisa? Are you in? Are you in? Come on, come on, baby. Okay. So we have a live guest today. We have Miss Lisa today coming in to the party here. And what I'll do today is, let's see which side I have to move over because we're live right now, everybody. If I move over, there's Lisa right there. Look, Lisa's right behind the curtain here. And she's next to Jeff Mazansky. And because I got the coolest software in the industry, it's Women in Weeds Day, everybody. Welcome all the women. I have a beautiful example here with me today. Give me 5. Give me 3, everybody. Give me 3 for weed. That's our new peace sign. And hold it up. Wait. Hold it up. Let's see. Right there. Okay, we got it. And I did a screenshot there. So we're really proud to be navigating the bringing home of all the prisoners, everybody. I've got my my anti-Donald hat on where it says "Make American Hemp Again," and it's a hemp hat. So I'm wearing my hemp hat all day. My partner Kim, who's not here today, she says my better half. She said, "Why do you have a camouflage hat? You don't like war. You don't like camouflage." I said, "You got to turn water into wine." Okay, so I love this camo hat because it says "Make America Hemp Again." So we got to make hemp in America. What's the deal? I mean, can you imagine if we had hemp farms everywhere? Solo Breezy could go work on one or manage one. What happened to my party here? Hang on. There we go. Okay. So Solo Breezy could go work there because he's a young man wanting to work in the cannabis industry instead of washing dishes. And we could all survive with paper, fiber, fuel, medicine, plastic, and now hempcrete. And we have a hempcrete ball here where we can make the incredible global warming slow down because Temple I'm reading the people that are coming in. So we can incredibly build homes out of hemp. We can have medicine out of hemp. We can have fabric out of hemp. My hat is hemp. My vest here is all hemp. Not my t-shirt, but soon we will have more t-shirts made out of hemp. They're expensive now because the clothing industry has just a little bit of movement in America. All the fabric is coming from China and Hungary and Russia. And who knows about Russia anymore? But we eliminate hatred and we eliminate love for the plant that could be the most versatile plant on the planet. And you all remember, if you follow me for years upon years upon years, this is episode 143. And you remember Tommy Chong coming on, and Tommy, who's my buddy, who's your buddy, and the freaky deaky of all laughing about pot and blowing smoke in the cops' face when he got pulled over, and the cop said, "Ooh, that's good shit," So that's pretty funny. But Tommy said to me in my movie, and you can go see my movie at lifersmovie.com. So the idea is, Tommy said this could be one of God's greatest plants on earth for all the things that it does, and its medicinal properties. Now, mind you, I'm going to move our little party over here a little bit so we can get more beautiful Lisa, and we'll introduce you to Lisa in a second, everybody. There's our Canna nurse. So it's Women in Weed Day, and I've got only women today, so that makes my heart big, And so let's start off. Let's see if we can. I really want to get Jean Roach in here. Jean is our incredible. I'm going to try to see if I can find Jean. Dorothy's not coming. I'm not sure. The last pick has measurement. No, Jean. I want to get Jean Roach in here. Jean, Gean. So we want to get Jean Roach in here because she's part of the International Leonard Peltier. Um, now, now, please come on in. On in. Okay, so when Gene comes on, I'll play my intro. But in the meantime, we are. We'll share our screen with you in a second here. We're going to introduce to you everybody and the board. Crazy Pop Mom's down there. Ashley Klein. Say hello, Ashley.
Hi there, everybody.
And how's your week going? And say something to Lance Glore. Give Lance a shout.
Lance Galore, I have not been able to write to you. I've been under some duress, we know, on the internet. And you have always been in my thoughts and my heart. You know this. We're bringing you home, Daddy. We're going to bring you home, all of you. We're not going to leave anybody behind, and we've never, ever forgotten you. Ever, Lance. Even when you didn't hear from me, believe me, I was out there praising your name everywhere. I left it in the sand and beaches. I left it in the ground and playgrounds. I left it wherever I went, wherever I had to go as a nanny, as a caregiver. I put your name and I put it, eventually it's just hashtag hope. Because Luke, Lance Law and Luke's guys gave me was too difficult to write everywhere I went. So I hashtagged it hope. And it's been up there for you forever. And when you come home, just look it up. It knows that all that love's for you and for everybody out there. We're going to bring you home.
We're going to bring you home, Lance. We promise. We got Luke Scarmazzo on last week, and he'll be in our little window in a second when we show our trailer, because Luke was reunited with his children after 15 years of being in jail for medical marijuana. And I can't tell you, good afternoon, Breezy. We love having you here. Finally, we get some quotes from Breezy this week. He's our quote meister. And like Rodimus says, don't get fired. Okay. So Women in Weed today, everybody. We've got O. O is going to come on from San Francisco when she's ready. O, can you come in and say hello and introduce yourself?
Hello, hi. My name is O and Wheaton, and I'm in Silicon Valley. And I met Jeff a few years, maybe a couple of years ago, a year and a half, on basically over one of the NFT projects on Clubhouse. So we've been talking ever since, on and off. And recently I reconnected with Jeff on his new plan for the 420 concert. And so I just, want to share what I've learned on TikTok and the experience that I have. So hopefully we'll be able to help him with some of the promotion.
That's fantastic. Well, today's Women in Weed, so we honor equal pay for women. We honor O as a new member of the party. The new Farmy is the new green Farmy is my T-shirt, and we'll be giving T-shirts out like that at the concert and things like that. And if you talk about, for example, I have the military hat on, but it says "Make hemp American hemp again." So the deal is that because Iowa used to grow all the pot and we used to make all the army suits out of hemp because they didn't mold, they didn't fade. My vest is all made out of hemp. We had this vest made in Vietnam. So the idea is that we start to grow it globally, and we free the plant and we free the prisoners. And with O's assistant and really beautiful womanly, because we're on Women in Weeds today, power, I think more corporate people listen to women than they do men upon men. So I think it'll be fun, to play together and to grow up there, because some of the men, when you come through the door, you're gonna say, we got the plan, we're ready to go. And they're going to sit down and they're going to like see their mom and they're going to go, oh man, I got to listen to the grandmother. I got to listen to the mom, So thank you and welcome.
Thank you. I think, Jeff, you're in a different planet, but yeah. I'm a woman in technologies. I've been, principal engineers at many of the top firms like Intel, NVIDIA, Xerox PARC. Never once they look at me as a mom, okay? And give me the respect, right? I have to earn everything. So I'm sorry.
But I'm saying is that we're going to change that way because we want equal pay now, and so I'm gonna run my.
We always want equal pay, right?
Yeah.
Always since the 1920s.
Totally. So it's really beautiful. Crazy Pop Mom, come in and with your daughter and say hello and introduce yourselves. Crazy Pop Mom, are you there? Did you leave us? Don't beware. Okay, so we're gonna go right into my studio, and we have lovely Lisa. Say hello, Lisa.
Hello.
And-
So great to be here, Jeff.
Yeah, we're on Women in Weeds. Tell us, say hello to the prisoners in jail for a plant that we love.
Yes, I'm so glad to meet you. I've just been introduced through Jeff recently. So, yes, of course we want you home, and we'll do whatever we need to get you home. That's crazy.
It is crazy. Well, we're all plant medicine imbibers, and the medicine that is our beautiful mama plant is going to be honored in the concerts I want to produce. I'm going to stay focused on my lane and my highway. So many people are pulling me to go to the Kirtan Festival, to go to this festival. I've got to focus on my 501, everybody. So we have a place to give them, to put the money when you are our sponsor. We're asking for sponsors like Leafly and Weed Maps and anybody else that is huge in the industry. So we want to raise almost $500,000, maybe $1 million, to put on a concert that'll be worth more than that. And we're going to donate a great giant portion of that to production and to the prisoners, the relief project that I'm setting up. So I'm really blessed to have you all on today. Sola Breezy, introduce yourself and tell us about your dream. You're muted. There you go.
Hey everybody, it's Sola Breezy, aka Cannabis graduate, looking for work in the cannabis industry anywhere. I just want to work in the cannabis industry because I love weed, I love smoking weed, I love educating people about weed, and I love all the benefits. And the best part is I love being a good person that I am. So I love that. I love to help people, and I want to continue to educate and free prisoners of this wonderful plant cannabis that helps and saves so many people around the world. So that's my mission and goal, is to work in the cannabis industry and just have fun for the rest of my life. That's it. It's really simple.
And we're gonna have you on stage. We're gonna go visit Crazy Pop Mom in Canada. We're gonna win this party of moving the plant through the planet and getting your dream come true, because so many people have been on my show that says they can Abyss, so and you can Abyss. So we're gonna go up with you and take care of you. As long as I'm walking, you're one of my incredible friends and family members. And I didn't make children that I know of, so you can party on with me, man. I won't bother you. I'll just bother you. I'll just bother you. I won't bother you. I'll bother you. So do you have a quote? Do you have a quote for today? Do you have a quote?
Yes, absolutely. Always got quotes. They got a beginning and ending quote. Let me get that first quote pulled up. By the way, shout out to Miss Ashley, Canada nurse. I love you so much. Shout out to you, Miss Crazy Pop Mom, my favorite person in the world. And it's also a pleasure meeting our newest guest today too. So I just want to show love to the wonderful women here by bring out this quote on me Wednesday. Without the women, there'd be no Sue Breezy. Just saying.
Yeah, now, of course.
Okay, so today's quote. Quoted by the great unknown. Don't forget to appreciate yourself for the wars you fight silently inside your head. Don't forget to appreciate yourself for the wars you fight silently inside yourself in your head.
Dig it. Everybody slow down and speed up. So that's one of my quotes that I got from Danny Deerdorf, somebody who played music with Seals and Crofts for 30 years. And think about prison, Danny was a polio victim and he was in a wheelchair for 50 years. And he had his guitar on this metal contraption, and he just would play from his wheelchair, but he played like 300 shows for Seals and Crofts. He woke up and he was there. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. So that was Danny Deerdorf's statement. Slow down, that makes you hit ground, and speed up so you can get things done and become David Bowie, become Patti LaBelle, with prolific lifetime, everybody. Don't sit around and spend all your money on getting to the next party that somebody else made. Make your own party. So we're going to grow hemp this lifetime. We're going to make it legal. And Crazy Pop Mom, introduce yourself and say, hey. Oh, just 1 minute. We've got da 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 da.
She was talking to her children loudly, so I was just waiting a minute.
Wait. How many grandkids do you have? We're on Women with Weed, everybody. We're going to talk about grandkids for a minute. How many grandkids do you have?
8. Yeah, I have 8. 2 are adopted, but other than that, yeah, I have 8.
Whoa! And who's the oldest one?
The oldest one, I don't know.
17?
Wait.
Oh, the parents in the room. 17 is the oldest.
I didn't birth her. I did not birth her.
How many grandkids know about cannabis?
All my kids.
All of them. All of them.
So do you make cannabis? Do you make marijuana pesto and put it on the pizza for them?
No, we don't do that. We don't medicate children, but children know that we medicate for pain or all kinds of other things.
My kids started taking walks at 5 a.m. and I just pretend like I don't know what they're doing because they're teenagers and I'm just going to nod.
Okay, yeah, hers are now experimenting, but I mean, we do not give it to any of them. They're all too young at this point.
So
no.
So now that we're doing a PSA, a public service announcement, tell the planet to be mindful with children and pot.
Well, yeah, you do. Yeah, it's no different than any other medication. It should not be in reach of children. Like, it just shouldn't be. There's a time and an age, and if you want it to be earlier, it needs to be discussed with a doctor that knows what they're talking about. You need to watch their brains because it's all about their brains. You know what I mean? But we also have CBD. CBD does not affect us the way THC does. So CBD is something that we are able to give our children, like for cancers and for seizures, and there's so many things. I could go on, but it's all about making sure that our high of weed is protected. It should always be in a closed compartment where they're not able to get to it. I didn't let my kids know I smoked weed until I realized 2 of them were smoking weed in my house. And I was like, hey, just maybe I should come out of my room now.
home with my 4 children.
And we were still hiding, right?
I know. We
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, Mom, Nikki's got like 12 bombs under her bed.
But I think that's what Kate got me like, oh my God. So once she came home with her kids after a disaster, she made me realize that there was like bongs under beds and stuff upstairs, and I had no idea because I gave my kids privacy, and by then they were teenagers, you know.
I let everybody else so we could all live a free life. It's fine.
There you go. She ratted everybody else so we could have a free life. There we go. But yeah, no, I didn't want to influence how they were going to behave later. So just because I smoked it, and originally I thought I smoked it because I wanted the high of it. But when I realized that I have ADHD and all kinds of other letters that we don't talk about, that I was able to leave my house, I was able to function, and I was able to deal with my kids like so well that we'd now go to the park and it was a hoot. And it wasn't like, oh, let's go to the park. And I'd go, you know what, let's go to the park. I'd rather look at the trees than the freaking walls of the TV or whatever. So I found nature through that also. So my kids benefited from me realizing at some point that it was more medical than it was I just want to go get high with my friends, which I didn't really do. Did it a few times, but I found it more when I got older. And then I realized my husband was smoking it. And then it was like, whoa, okay, that's where we're going. That's fine. Watch out, dude, because we're going there. Because I knew the minute I smoked that joint that it brought back all the things from the couple of times that I had tried it earlier in my life. You know, where I had started to talk to people where I wasn't like, I don't want to talk to that person. Oh my God. I don't like, they're judging me. Oh my God. I don't know. What are they saying? Oh my God. None of that was there. You'd think I'd get paranoia, but I didn't. It was the opposite for me. I felt calm and like not everything was trying to attack me because that's how I feel when I don't smoke. Unless I smoke sativa. And then, you know, if I'm in the trail, everything's trying to get me, right? So you learn.
So, Uncle Jeff,
Yeah.
Jeff, I also want to tell you, so actually, believe it or not, Crazy Pop Mom actually taught me how to be a stoner. So it's a whole thing, but she's the one who actually taught me how to smoke and actually be a stoner that I am today. So, you know, we got to give the credit to Crazy Pop Mom. Yeah, that's true.
But there's not one way to be a stoner, right? It's individual too. You got to find your strain and your brain.
We'll put it like this. She taught me how to be a medical patient and how to be that because I was smoking when she first met me recreationally, just like she said, and I was outside just smoking just because. And then she's like, so, come here, I need to talk to you, and I need to break down to you what it's like to be a medical patient, and so on and so on. So without her, and a lot of other different wonderful people in the background of the cannabis community, they taught me how to be a stoner. Before you met me, Uncle Jeff, I didn't know what no sativa was. I didn't know what no indica was. I didn't know no hybrid. I didn't know nothing about growing, and so on and so on. And that's how we end up here today.
And look, we got now hemp flower medicine. I mean, we've got so much. I can't tell you it works, everybody, but this is Jeff Eichen on Weedsday, Women in Weed today. Ashley, come on in and give us your take on your womanhood and the first time you smoked weed, Ashley. Give us that story. Do you remember?
Oh goodness. Okay, well, I was not a lifelong stoner. In fact, I absolutely detested it. I didn't want anything that was going to make me lay around and get fat. Absolutely nothing. And so, any friends of mine that did this, I absolutely wanted nothing to do with. And then I fought my creativity for so long with ADHD and so many other letters as well in the alphabet, in that I didn't know where either I was coming or going, and people were always telling me where to be or where to go. And so I struggled for a really long time, and I did not find it until I ended up exceptionally sick in Phoenix, Arizona, the Swiss Cheese Hospital, and Dr. Vanderveer and Dr. Pasolka, and so many more of you. And if you remember me, I was your patient who made it all the way to the 13th level. And I know that you think I died, or that I went home and I didn't make it, or that I must be a mess by now, because the last time you saw me, I was on a Gershon pick for feeding, and I was being turned from side to side in my bed to keep me from getting bed sores. And this is where I found medical cannabis. It came to me through a friend that I would have never expected. But at the end, when I was there, dying in a hospital alone, and from we didn't know what, because we kept trying to treat it like it's cancer, because eventually when you get to the point in the 80s when it's not AIDS, it's got to be a T word. And you were just about taking into radiation when she came in. And she gave me a brownie, and it was completely laced with medical marijuana, laced, if you want to use those words. And it was with oil, a super oil called RSO oil, and I knew nothing about it because, again, it was the very early to late 80s or 90s. I was there for a very long time, you know. And so then the oil, it went into my system because I'm on a feeding tube, and she kept doing it. And by the time we came to go up there, it had gotten into my system. And then I can't tell you that I can separate God from ganja. I can't. Because for me, it's such an experience of, I was dying and I was getting ready to go get poisoned for the rest of my life if there was going to be any left. And I was looking forward my prognosis to being 27 years old if I make it and getting a full colostomy. And that's going to be what I get to wake up to. Instead, I am 58 years old. I've survived and survived and survived. I now have a baby from since then. My son, he didn't make it, but my daughter did. And she's now a teenage girl. And I have 3 glam children. They call me Grandma. And my beautiful daughters, I have 2 of them. And I've gotten to see them grow up. And I've gotten to grow up myself. And this is all because of medical grade marijuana that came into my life so unexpectedly when I was down on my hands and knees praying to whatever lives and breathes and is, because when you're facing going up there on that floor to do what they were about to do and what was ahead for me, I thought God is your maker, you're whatever it is you believe in. And then in came cannabis, and she introduced it to me, and it immediately gave me so much more. And then I still didn't become a toker. I only believed in it as nutrition or as an oil or as something I could wear on my skin. And I realized you can prevent cancer by wearing it on your skin, by toking, by sharing with somebody. You can save lives. That's why I became a stoner. That's why you call me a drug addict. A lot of you still do. And that's why you think of me the way that you think of me. Because it changed and completely gave me back what was left of my life and then turned it all the way around. If you could see the things that I could do with my spine today, you'd be in shock as I am. And that's without working out for a long time. I can now have a life that I never expected to have, and I don't even have a partial colostomy. I'm completely off of a feeding tube, and if anything, sativa, I'm the diva of sativas, she has taught me how to do 420 keto, 420 yoga, and now I can have a space. I now have a space between my thighs, and if you're a woman who understands what that means, I know that you've got to be giving me a big one of these, because I was holding up my hand all the time and I thought, well, I'm just going to do it. And so that's my story.
So lovely, Ashley. Tell us about being a Canna nurse.
Yes. So I've dedicated my life to saving others and to giving to others and to sharing and to having them experience what I did at that moment when I did in my 13th hour. And I knew that I wanted others to know that there's hope, that there's something more, that there's an alternative, if you will. And so I'm becoming a medical practitioner nurse. I'm an intern now, and I'm going to give it to the clean side. I'm going to become a holistic nurse, a care nurse. And I'm, in the meantime, pretty much volunteering as a caregiver, and I'm doing all I can to keep pets alive, to keep humans alive. And I got to tell you, this is the most wonderful news of all. That update on the physical that my charge has gotten, that spot on his lung was just scar tissue. The oil has indeed made a significant difference in both his pet's life and in his life in the short amount of time that I've been and I've been using it in food, and I've been using it in drinks. I did for our Purple Heart Vietnam veteran, the late Chris Chambers, who started VetMeds Master, and I began VetMeds Master in you together. And I knew that I was going to give the rest of my life in service to those who either don't know or have been lied to or just don't understand. So I'm educating myself and others along the way, but I'm going to heal as many as I can. I'm going to keep hearing it. I'm going to show up as help.
So if everybody heard Ashley,
way,
yes.
Money does grow on trees.
Okay, I want the seed. Let's water that money tree, everybody. But Ashley said meducate. So everybody use that word for the whole day. Again, my team can say that it works for them for PTSD or for epilepsy. I cannot. So I am Jeff Eichen here on Weedsday with Women in Weed. Let's hear from Lisa. Lisa, give us just a little story about when was the first time you smoked marijuana?
Oh, in my teens. And then I was in a small group, and we were in Texas growing up, and it was very frowned upon. But these people are still in my life. I'm going back to Texas, and we're all getting together. So it binds as a family those that understand the benefit of it. So yeah, it's been great.
Weed culture is what I'm talking about. Well, welcome aboard, Lisa.
Thank you.
Lisa and I are navigating some great stuff together. We met at a plant medicine gathering here in Port Townsend. They've just legalized or decriminalized psychedelics here, and so we met in a circle. They have once a month for psilocybin and for the greatness of any of the plants that help us with PTSD, that help us with whatever, however you want to microdose or macrodose, however you do it. Again, I can't tell you to do it. I can tell you to be mindful, and I can let everybody on my show do that because I'm staying clean for my machine. And we'll see you on concert. Did say nice to meet everybody. So it was really great to have O. She's going to help us with our NFT project. She had 3 million hits on her TikTok when she did a cannabis space. And so she's going to help us go to TikTok and get some sponsors so we can raise the $500,000 or the $1 million to put the concert on. She told me she's 1 degree from Snoop and from Ice Cube and from, I don't know, Method Man. She told me the different people that she's involved with, but like Ice Cube and his team, they need 250,000 to show up. Snoop needs 750. Whatever it is, I don't care as long as we have people that understand that that day that we pull our concert off is going to be for the prisoners, and they're going to all be on stage with us, and all of the NFT tickets that are going to be made and the metaverse party that we're going to have is going to be not stationary at one concert. We're going to do multi concerts. And so I'm getting closer every week, everybody. We're having a weekly meeting. All of you people here on my stage, you're welcome to come to our weekly meeting. The more, the merrier. And it's difficult, everybody, to juggle our whole lives. But I'm seeing if I can get. So let's see. O just had a phone call, so I'm going to try to get Gene Roach again. Gene, before I play my honoring party here, let's see if we can get Gene. We'll call Jean and see if she answers this way. We'll get Jean on an audio call.
When is this meeting that you're talking about that you say we're all welcome to?
We do it every Tuesday at noon. Same time, but on Tuesday.
Okay.
But
Okay.
same time, but on Tuesday. See you soon. Okay, we're gonna play. We're gonna now transist here into the transistor radio. I'm gonna put my beautiful music on, and I'm going to share my screen with you all and play our intro because we have not done that yet today. Sometimes that's how it goes. So what we're gonna do here is play our intro that I made this morning, and it's all queued up here. And here we go. As we go back in our memories of all of the OGs we have ever met, we remember where we've been. Radiotron, Ice-T. My path has been so blessed with so many people, and now we have the new green farming. We're going to end prohibition, everybody. Let's get this party started. Parade. And welcome home Luke Scarmazzo to reunite with his children after 15 years in prison for marijuana, cannabis, hemp. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Somewhere it's morning and it's breakfast time. Eat freedom, everybody. Today we're celebrating Leonard Peltier and the women in weed and Brittany Griner coming home and playing again in the incredible NBA WNBA. And we want equal pay. We want. So I'm going to start over, everybody, because we have Gene Roach in. We have Gene Roach. Welcome, Gene. And so I'm playing my intro right now. This is where we want you to see our little intro, and then we'll introduce Gene on women in weed. As we go back in our memories of all of the OGs we have ever met, we remember where we've been. Radiotron, Ice-T. My path has been so blessed with so many people, and now we have the new green farming. We're going to end prohibition, everybody. Let's get this party started. Weedsdays. 143, everybody. And welcome home Luke Scarmazzo to reunite with his children after 15 years in prison for marijuana, cannabis, hemp. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Somewhere it's morning and it's breakfast time. Eat freedom, everybody. Today we're celebrating Leonard Peltier and the women in weed and Brittany Griner coming home and playing again in the incredible NBA WNBA. And we want equal pay. We want equal rights for humans to come home. Leonard Peltier has been in prison for so long, and now we have Brittany Griner home. All that stuff. We just want peace on the planet Earth, and for you all to listen to these stories that we have today, and to these women. We honor you.
And supporters of Leonard Peltier rallied in cities and towns across the United States and around the world Monday, calling for the release of the 78-year-old Indigenous rights activist. The protest came as Peltier entered his 48th year behind bars for a crime he says he did not commit. His 1977 conviction for alleged involvement in killing 2 FBI agents in a shootout on the Pine Ridge Reservation was riddled with irregularities and prosecutorial misconduct. Last month, the former senior FBI agent Colleen Rowley told The Guardian in the 1990s she helped ghostwrite an op-ed arguing against Peltier's release. She said for years, new FBI agents were indoctrinated against Peltier. This is Christina Castro, an Indigenous activist from New Mexico, speaking at a rally for Leonard Peltier Monday in Santa Fe.
Now the government is actually admitting they don't know who shot these FBI agents, but they will not give him a new trial or grant him clemency or compassionate release based on a pure revenge and systemic racist agenda.
I also want to make one thing very clear. I intend to play basketball for the WNBA's Phoenix Mercury this season, and in doing so, I look forward to being able to say thank you to all of those who advocated, wrote, and posted for me in person. Love always, DG42. There's so much to love about that statement. Griner said play in the WNBA this upcoming season. And Becky, for this just to be, how big is it to have her back on the floor here?
Well, her presence was missed on every turn last year. So I'm excited that she's back here. She's excited about playing basketball. And I think one thing, her faith got her through these rough times these last 10 months. And I think that's if there's one thing that connects us, it's our humanity. And God is in everybody. And, for her to feel that love, because I don't think she had any idea how many people were pulling for her, how many people were praying for her, how many people were loving on her from afar. But she felt it.
And welcome home, Luke Scarmazzo.
Marijuana dispensary, and to have those type of sentences when rape, child molestation, and murder carry only a fraction of the sentence that I have, and it just isn't right.
I don't have to give up hope. You never know. Luke's a good person, and I know that if he was to come out, he'll be a productive citizen in society. Yeah. And, that lets up to Trump's administration, what they decide. And I hope they decide in Luke's favor.
With a sentence as long as mine, you try not to think about freedom because it kind of seems like a distant concept that you can't really grasp.
Luke is home, everybody. Let's go get Leonard. Okay, everybody, that was our intro. We have a new member in our Hollywood Squares here. And so we have Jean Roach. Hello, Jean. Aho, and welcome. We have Lisa right here with me today in the background, hanging out with me and talking about plant medicine. And we have Crazy Pop Mom up at top making the beautiful rolling trays by hand. And there looks like some indigenous carvings and paints on there, just beautiful. We have Ashley and we have Solo Breezy, young man who reads us our quotes every day and who is a cannabis graduate. Jean, introduce yourself and tell us about the injustice of everybody nonviolent in prison and what's going to happen on Monday for the 50th anniversary of Wounded Knee. Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
My name is Jean Roach. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly.
Okay. I'm a member of the Lakota Nation. I'm a Minicoja tribe, and I'm a survivor of the 1975 shootout for Leonard Peltier while he's in prison. Where camp was basically attacked by the FBI, and Leonard Peltier and 4 other adults were charged in the deaths of 2 FBI agents, or Brother Joe Stentz, who's also killed. Nobody was ever charged in his death. And like Jeff said, there's a lot of weird shit happened, really. I mean, you don't hear about it in mainstream America, but of course, we're on the reservation. We get treated like less than humans, and that's how their attitude's been since first contact. And we're getting ready to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Wounded Knee, which is American Indian Movement's Liberation Day, the era of civil rights and the coming of the people coming back together and going back to our traditional ways after being assimilated by the BIA and the United States government for many years, forced into boarding schools, forced into all types of stuff, you know. But the American was the eye opener for a lot of Native people to realize that, you know, we're never going to be what they want us to be. We have our own way, our own culture, our own language. And that's all we want to do is be able to pray and live in our own lifestyle. You know, that's what everybody wants. And the one thing that Leonard Peltier and the other people, Dino Butler, Bob Robidoux, who were co-defendants, were actually acquitted on the basis of self-defense on these FBI agents coming into our camp and attacking the people. So the story's so long, but I'm just going to jump forward to a lot of the stuff that's come out with the FBI agent Colleen that came out maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago about how the FBI, used systematic racism to keep Leonard Peltier in there. They didn't know who shot the agents, and really, I mean, the climate of the reservation at that time, 2 agents should not have been traveling alone. Nobody traveled alone at that time. It was total law of the gun. So there's a lot of questions. Why were they there? You know, our camp was mostly people protecting elders and children. You know, we just put a garden in. We were hopping around a jumping boat. They just celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. You know, but one thing I do know is that after Wounded Knee, people that were connected to the American Indian movement, or if they were, if they had long hair, you were a target, you know, because anybody that believed in traditional ways of our people were not liked by the government, the tribal government that was in power at the time. They were totally anti-AIM. So that climate on the reservation where over 60 people were killed during that time period without any investigations or anything. So when the FBI came into the community, they came in unannounced, unarmed. They really have no basic reasons to be there, but looking for a pair of cowboy boots. We don't call the FBI in to come investigate cowboy boots. We know it was deeper. It was part of the COINTELPRO program that's been used against different movements. We were targeted. We have several different documentations of all the, they held back ballistics on tests. Not only they sent, the very first thing they did was they sent affidavits written by a woman that came to Peltier's girlfriend to Canada to get him extradited way back. And she never even met Leonard before. Nobody knew who she was. That's as far as they went with their lies to get Leonard Peltier convicted. And, you know, of course, way back in the 70s, you know, everybody that wasn't their skin color was an enemy. And it's quite true to this day. We still live in a racist area called Rapid City. That's where I live at. And we have things like where we had the Grand Gateway hotel owner make a public statement last year that she would not serve Indian people. You know, what year are we? You know, and why are we lacking behind when other people are getting so much more support on breaking down the irregularities and the institutionalized racism? And I feel like the connection with cannabis as a plant, and you connect us to Native American people, we've been stereotyped in the same negative way that they've done to this plant that is a medicine. Even our own people, they don't quite understand what this medicine is, a cure for cancer, anxiety. There's so many miracles that cannabis provides to us. And they've just been stereotyped to this negative image, the same way with Leonard Peltier. You know, when you hear Leonard Peltier, you hear FBI agents murdered. No, that's not what I hear. I hear people being colonized, genocide, attacked. You know, and let's get the words right by the people that are affected, not by the FBI story when they try to cover up their own lies. There's a lot of information right there that, you know, we've been to all over the world. I just came back from a European tour. We went to United Nations. The United Nations released a big report stating that the FBI, United States government, arbitrarily held Leonard Peltier in prison just for the fact that, you know, he was Native American and that these FBI agents died. There's no question there that we have families that have lost family members, and the hurt and the pain. We're not trying to revive that for the people that were innocent as much as the people that have been killed over the years, just over basic control of our resources. That's what it boils down to, or land. They want to do uranium mining. I mean, we get the whole circle now. Before, when we had parts of the information, we're like, what the hell is going on? Now we know what the real story is. And it boils down to gold and our most sacred black kills. That's one of the fights we're fighting now. I mean, it's just like prisoners of war. We have attacks on our family. We have DSS coming into our families, taking our children. We had the boarding schools. And Leonard Peltier is a boarding school survivor, where people were forced into schools at the age of 5. Some of them not coming home until they graduated at 18. So we have our men going to prisons. We have a lot of different forms of genocide. We had the sterilization of women in 1970s. That's not that long ago. They didn't know about it. They were just sterilized so they couldn't have no more children. So that's our battle. It's genocide and stereotyping. And the same with Leonard Peltier. There's not going to be no justice until he's released. Because if you're a tribal council president and they disrespect their own constitution to keep him in prison, they sure the hell ain't going to come to your table with some honesty. They don't know what that word means, really. And the one thing I always say to them when I do stuff on the FBI is, hey, all we want you to do is tell the truth. Your mother taught you how to tell the truth. It's real simple. You know, admit you're wrong. We'll admit our wrongs. You let Leonard Peltier out, and that's going to make a whole nother good faith effort when you're dealing with our native tribes. So, I don't know. I got kind of carried away, but if you have any questions.
Well, I'm really blessed to have Women in Weedsday with Jean Roach, everybody. As you saw, I had the Democracy Now! Spot on our intro there, and I'm going to come into the gallery here. And so to have Jean on board is an honor. And Jean, I want to work with you closer. I didn't make the journey with you to Europe, and we didn't pull the trigger early enough to get me down to the march on this coming Monday. But as I know, there's going to be a march in South Dakota. Am I right? On Monday for the 50th anniversary?
Yeah, usually what we do is, hang on.
That's okay.
Okay, well, this event is starting on Friday. which starts with the 40th birthday anniversary of Kili Radio, which was established through the American Indian movement. That's on Friday, so we're gonna have like a powwow and hand games and different honorings. And then Saturday here in Rapid City, we're gonna have a what we call honoring the Akichita, which is or people that have sacrificed for the people. So we're gonna have an honoring for the Crow Dog family, which is Leonard Crow Dog, who has been the spiritual advisor and one of the main connections back to our people through the American Indian movement. So you have that, and then we'll have honoring of the women and Porcupine, where they'll talk about the women who were in Wounded Knee and their contributions, and they'll show the film Warrior Women. So we have, and then that night they have the Sounds of Resistance, which are a lot of different rappers and different different people that do music on all different levels.
Fantastic.
And then Sunday, we'll have another Wachipi, which is a powwow in Porcupine, which would be the Liberation Day powwow. And then on Monday, we have the Four Directions Walk, which they started Four Directions from Wounded Knee, the burial site where the people are buried. And they all meet there at noon. They walk from each direction. Each community hosts that direction. And then they'll have prayers, and they'll go to another area and have more talks and meal and prayers. So it's a 4-day event this year, being the 50th.
Well, you know, I support you dearly, and if in April when Donald and Pamela come back, we'll get closer together again, and we'll work on figuring out if there's a project involved for us together, because film, as you know, everybody, from even the film that I did about cannabis and prisoners in jail, can help spread the word. So, you know, I'm on your side, Gene, and it's a pleasure and a blessing to have you. And for you, we're speaking globally right now, everybody. We're on Roku and we're on POD TV. So thank you to my sponsors here. And next time, sponsors, raise enough money so I can fly to Rapid City for the 50th anniversary. If we had some miles or something like that, I'd jump on a plane, you know, Friday and come to you. So, you know, if you do go away tonight and wake up to tomorrow or later and find somebody with miles, I'll jump on and come out, because I could have all my batteries and ready for you and film like crazy. But I'm there for you. I'm there for you anytime.
Yeah, like every media person coming to this, so there'll be a lot of coverage. That's all I can say.
Well, let's get snuggled with some of those media people so we can use some B-roll if we ever work together and do a documentary or your story, you know. And I would love to do that here live on my show. I'm offering and honoring my talent for you know, for the movement.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So,
and I just hope everybody, you know, we have a website, whoisleonardpeltier.info, and we have tried to keep up with the latest updates of him. You know, he's still in there. President Biden needs to hear from you. You know, he just now got over being ill. He's still in prison. I mean, I can't imagine going on 48 years, you know, being inside of those walls and suffering, and knowing that there's evidence that he should be free. You know, how ironic is that? And they can never give that time back to him, you know? So all we need is people to tell the truth. I'm calling them all of it.
So what was that site? Who is Leonard Peltier?
.info.
.info. Okay, I'm putting that.
Peltier.info. Yep.
I got
our website.
I got that. Hang on.
Facebook page, International Leonard Peltier Defense Committee, and we try to post every article that comes out. You know, your show, if you have it on the link, send it to me. I'll put it on that page, and you know, yep.
Well,
we have some really nice postcards on your website. You can download them and get people to send them to the president. You can call the White House. I mean, you can call your senators. Many of the senators have given support letters this year. So we've been making some progress since last time I seen you.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Well, we have, we are about the all prisoners that are unduly in prison. I mean, the crime, the punishment should fit the crime. Well, what about no jails ever anymore? And even people that are doing, you know, a violent crime, they get to be not put in camps, but in places that help them to become better.
Yeah,
And
you have several people that tried to assassinate different presidents. Ford and what was the other one that just got? I can't remember his name, but they've already gotten out. They tried to kill a president. Leonard Peltier is still in there. So you can't tell me that it's beyond. It's racism. Why he's in there? White supremacy, really. And Rapid City, South Dakota, is named Racism Capital of the North. So we're dealing with these issues still today. And media blackout is one of them. I mean, just recently, from our February 7th action in front of the federal court building here in Rapid City,
right,
we got a front page picture of the president of the Oglala Sioux tribe asking for Leonard Peltier's freedom. That's never happened. So there's a little bit of change, but we're demanding change. I mean, we're just tired of it.
So, Gene, what would it take to talk to Leonard? Maybe not if we can't get me in to film him, and for a half an hour, for 10 minutes, and you come with me. If we can have a place in the commissary room. If we can't do that, can we get him on the phone?
I think he gets in trouble when he does phone interviews, is what I heard.
Because I was told by Jeff Mazansky, who's home now, we got 300,000 signatures, and Governor Nixon in Missouri let Jeff out. After I filmed him, I heard that anything they say on the phone is fine, and so we should research
how
that.
many years ago was that? That's a lot.
It was only 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago.
Well, the best thing for you to do is to check into Coleman yourself, but they treat him different. How they treated that person is not the way they're going to treat.
I know, but see, the thing is, it's like calling AT&T and fighting for your rights with your phone bill. Things have changed. Things have changed since the red state has gotten, the Pandora's out of the box that bad and dark is okay again, or they're making it louder. And look at War on the Planet. And this show is not about that, but this is a show about solutions. So everybody, we're on Weedsday with Women in Weed, and we've got the Honorable Gene Roach on today. And that reminds me, who's got an old little tiny roach clip that has the little feather on it? I mean, we all had a bead and a feather roach clip, and so we got Gene Roach today, and that just reminded me of our old time roach clip. So I even have my favorite pipe here, everybody. My favorite pipe here, and that's a walrus tooth, everybody, and that's tulip wood. And I've had this pipe, everybody, for maybe 40 years from the Oregon Country Fair. And so that's my favorite pipe. God bless the walrus who gave our tooth there. We took him to the dentist. And thank you so much, Gene, for sharing with us and caring. And we're at the top of the hour now. Gene, any final words about all nonviolent prisoners in jail?
Yeah, you're right. None of them should be in there, really. I mean, it's all about money, and that's always the bottom line for them. They want to get themselves paid, but they'll give you lips and buttholes to eat. You know what I mean?
The Beatles had a song, "I Dig a Pygmy Where Doris Gets Her Oats." None of it makes sense. Number nine. Let's come together right now over me. So everybody, this is Jeff Eichen, the PB Herman of the pod world, and we're going to have a concert with all the prisoners We're working to get Snoop and Willie. Willie's 91 or something. We've got to get these people on stage, and I'm
very strong supporter of Leonard too,
and
Willie
and
Nelson.
and I'm going to get Willie to make a statement on that. But before that happens, it may take us a year to put this concert on. But I'm in the process of doing a 501 so the money can come in for myself so we can do this. But it's for the prisoners, and we want to have Leonard there. And if Leonard is still in, we want to have his voice. So I will call the prison again. Tell me the prison, Coleman.
Coleman in Florida.
Okay, yeah. Coleman. So I'll call Coleman again in Florida, and I'll do my magic that got me into to see Michael Thompson. Here's me with Michael Thompson.
And also, you should send a letter to Leonard. You know.
I'd love to do that. Let's do that.
Yeah, it's on our website or Facebook page. I don't have it memorized, but
okay.
Gotta do.
There's
a lot of rules.
Just message me, and I'll send him that letter. And you guys have a great weekend. Like I said, if you wake up tomorrow, it's Thursday, and you say, "Hey, we found somebody with miles. We want to fly Jeffrey in for a film." I'll come. But otherwise, have a great weekend. Have some good music going on, and celebrate.
I'll send you some pictures, okay?
Celebrate, and remember that there's a project here that needs to be done on documenting your world within their world. So I know there's lots of B-roll, then we can do some new footage. So down the road, I honor you, and I honor everybody on our booth. Thank you. Stay with us for a minute. And Ashley, any final words? Any final words, Ashley?
My final words, Jeannie 420. Everybody do whatever you can. Get Jeff to where he needs to be. Help the Green Farmy. Free the planned prisoner. Sponsor a planned prisoner and their family. And remember, it's about love, peace, and harmony every Wednesday.
Okay.
Weedsdays.
Okay. And Pot Mom, any final words? Are you in the car, Pot Mom? Any final words?
Sorry, we're having a family discussion in the truck, so I'll just say it's been nice to be here, and I'll put in the work like I always do. I'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, and let's get some trays down here pretty soon. Breezy, say your final words, and I love when you call me Uncle Jeff. So give us your final quote of the day.
Thank you so much. The final quote for today, everyone. It is quoted by the great unknown. People with purpose, goals, and visions have no time for drama. They invest their energy in creativity and focus on living a positive life.
I was talking about that this week. So focus on positivity, everybody. Let's give all of our prisoners and all of our women in weeds a round of applause. And Lisa, any final words, Lisa?
Oh, plant medicine. Let's keep working on it. All
Okay.
plant medicine.
And nobody should be in
No prison. Absolutely no.
no prison. So it's our beautiful Lisa and Jeff Eichen here. I'm going to roll out. I'm going to share our screen, and we'll see you all next week. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to share our intro again. Maybe I'll do a mini intro, but here we go, everybody. As we go back in our memories of all of the OGs we have ever met, we remember where we've been. Radiotron, Ice-T. My path has been so blessed with so many people, and now we have the new Green Farmy. We're going to end Prohibition, everybody. Let's get this party started. Oh, blessings, everybody, and blessings to Solo and Crazy Pop Mom and Gene Roach today for showing up. And I think we had O in today. Blessings to O for showing up and for helping us get the concert. O is really, really 1 degree from Snoop. And so once we get Snoop, we'll get everybody else. We'll get Willie and everything. We're not going to stop till we do it. So I'll see you all in Oakland, California at the venue. Snoop already sold out, so we got to get them. And everybody stay sane with your favorite strain. And, be careful when you get in an airplane. And we're going to be crazy and not do cocaine. Ha 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 ha. So everybody give me 3 here. We forgot to do it with everybody else. There we go. And we got 3 for weed. And we'll post this before Sunday. I've been slow on getting my edits because I edit this show and it takes me about 2 hours to edit it. And so we've been organizing the house and the front porch and the back porch and pruning trees. And it's time for springtime and the days are getting longer. So enjoy your day. Enjoy your weed. Remember, 3 is weed, 2 is peace, and F schedule 1, everybody. So love you all and peace in make American hemp again. We gotta start growing hemp in America. And remember, this guy was in jail for 21 years, Michael Thompson, and I went to visit him. They wouldn't let me film in there, but we did get a prisoner to come out in an orange jumpsuit and take this picture and print it on a little handmade printer that he had. And that's the photograph that came out. So remember all the people that were in and that are coming out. We love you, Luke, and everybody that was on today. Women in Weed, freaking love you. So don't smoke too much, just smoke enough and find your sweet spot. Love you, and hemp, hemp, hooray. Bye, everybody.
Recording stopped.
I got to get it. I got to get my last thing here. So we are totally leaving StreamYard now. Thank you, StreamYard. You have been beautiful. We're having trouble going to StreamYard and broadcast.